Okay. So it's that time of year again. It is the Goodreads Choice Awards, and it's for the 2020 year. Not only is this an important year for Goodreads, it's going to be an important year to vote in the election. So I hope you all did that, because most likely this video is going to come up after the election's over. So hopefully we're all still here and alive. Yay! So I kind of messed up the video. I did not know I was recording on my screen and voting without recording here for you to see it, which it should pop up like right here later on. So I'm sorry about that. But for fiction, I definitely had to choose The Midnight Library because I just loved the concept. I love the concept of the afterlife being an immense library of all your choices and memories and all that thing. Just nothing's gonna beat that for me. For mystery and thriller, Home Before Dark, 100%. Loved it. Loved it. I got it in the Book of the Month Club and I absolutely loved reading it. I loved the vibe. It was perfect. Historical fiction. Super easy category. As soon as I saw my girl, Alice Hoffman, who I highly suggest to every reader of every genre. And if you're my age, you know, if you're a millennial, I'm pretty sure you probably grew up watching Aquamarine and you love it. Well, guess who wrote the book it's based on? That's right, Alice Hoffman. So 2 iconic films thanks to that writer. Practical Magic and Aquamarine. You should all send thank you cards. I know I should. Fantasy, The House in the Cerulean Sea. That was the only book I was actually familiar with on the list, sadly. Romance was definitely very hard for me to choose because romance is one of the most overread genres for me. Like, I just read too many because they're just great escapism and they're really nice. It's a nice little escape from the world and everything's good and ends up good. You don't have to have anxiety about it ending up okay, because it always will. But I chose In 5 Years because this book floored me. It was so beautiful and unique, and honestly, it's just so heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking. Like, it turned into something I was like, well, this isn't exactly like romance like I expected it to be, but it turned out to be so heartbreakingly real and beautiful, and it centers on like all the different types of love you can have for everyone you come in contact with, everyone in your life, in all these different ways. And I think that was a great message. So that's why I got my vote. Science fiction, I gotta skip. I didn't read a single one of these books. I don't know these books. It would be wrong of me to vote in that and not be aware. Always have a voting plan, people. Don't just vote and not know what you're voting for. Okay, horror. This is a difficult one for me because there's a lot of amazing choices here. But because the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires was one of my favorite reads of this year and was so refreshing to me, and I just couldn't put it down, and I couldn't stop talking out loud. You know it's a good book. For me at least, I know it's a good book if I can't stop talking out loud while I read it. So that's definitely getting my vote. All right, humor. I doubt I've read anything in humor. Oh, but I know who I'm going to vote for. Yeah. I know I just said, like, have a voting plan, but guess what? I know these candidates. Trixie and Katya. Oh, no, I didn't want to clear my vote. That's right, I double voted. Nonfiction. I don't read a lot of adult nonfiction. I find it very dry, and typically it just feels like data dumps to me. But then again, I haven't really read a lot of contemporary nonfiction, so I could be really wrong about my perceptions of that. But I typically do children's nonfiction because it's really concentrated and there's always beautiful art. So I don't know any of these, so I am not going to vote, even though I see Rage by Bob Woodward I know he's an amazing journalist, so, but I won't do it. Ooh, again, autobiographies, I just don't read them. Or memoirs, I just don't read them. Although, Open Book by Jessica Simpson, I did read a lot of gossip that started from that one. Very juicy, very great, because I grew up with Newlyweds on TV, but yeah, I'm not even really familiar with any of these enough to vote. Oh, history biography, no. Nope. Sorry, next. These are the categories I just have no opinion in because I never read anything. Although How to Argue with a Racist sounds funny. You know, it's about science and technology. Ooh, cookbooks, yes. Okay. Definitely Outlander Kitchen. If you know, you know. Graphic novels. I bet they don't have any kids or juvenile graphic novels on here. Oh, okay, maybe. That's one of my favorite genres, but what would I choose? We're gonna go with the Teen Titans Beast Boy. It was really good. Poetry. I don't read a lot of poetry. Oh, Lily Reinhart. Betty from Riverdale. Yeah, I haven't read any of these, so I cannot judge your poetry. Although Margaret Atwood is a beautiful writer. I've never read any of Margaret Atwood's poetry. Ooh, debut novels. Oh God, yeah. 100%. 100%. Amazing. Symmetry Boys. Young adult fiction. I didn't read any of these. How did I not read any of these? They're pretty much probably all of my want-to-reads, though. Jeez. Man, I feel like I didn't read enough here. Oh, Midnight Sun's on here. Dear God. No, fantasy. Okay. I was like, is this science fiction? Easy. Double vote. Best middle grade children's. Okay. Ghost Squad. I fight every day to get this book checked out in my library, but kids are just not biting, and I just want to be like, it's so good to read it. Okay, I loved The Serious Goose by Jimmy Kimmel so much. Oh, it was so funny. I don't know why Sweet Child of Mine's on here, though. Okay, it's gotta be The Serious Goose. If you have a kid that has a difficult time standing still and like paying attention to a story time, The Serious Goose is a good one. I've used it in story times. I kept a large group of children entertained with it. It's so funny. It has such a great humorous tone. You can make it really interactive too. So, oh, it was so cute. It was so cute. I loved it. All right, that was the last category. So we'll see if any of my initial picks make it through. I have hope for some of them. I think Midnight Library Magic Lessons are going to do really well. And I hope Cemetery Boys does too. Like, there was a lot of hype, and rightfully so for that freaking book, because it's amazing. I mean, it's a graphic novel, but it's a book. It's the same thing. They're the same thing. Amazing. Good stuff. So, alright, the opening round have been voted on by me. Let me know if you guys share any of my opinions, or if you guys have already voted. Tell me how your votes are the same or different from mine. Okay, bye!